Diagram 6 shows a curve and a tangent to the curve. We want to express P in terms of C. This is a curve and this is a tangent to this curve at this point. Since this is a tangent, we know that this straight line will only touch this curve at one point. So I hope that you still remember this. Let's say you have a quadratic equation. Ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0. B squared minus 4ac equals 0. B squared minus 4ac is greater than 0, and b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. Now, if the b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0, there are two equal roots, right? Two equal real roots. Two equal real roots. So b squared minus 4ac is greater than 0. Two different real roots. When b squared minus 4ac is less than 0, no real root. So in this situation, this is a tangent to this curve at this point. So let's say if we solve them simultaneously to get the intersection point, we know that there's only one point, right? That's why two equal real roots. So in this situation, I'm going to use this. B squared minus 4ac is equal to 0. So let's say I want to find the intersection point. I'm going to solve them simultaneously. So y is equal to negative 2x squared plus 3x plus p. This is the first equation. And the second equation, y is equal to negative x plus c. This is the second equation. So 1 is equal to 2 because I want to find the intersection point, right? But here I'm not interested on the intersection point, but I'm going to show you why I do so. Now 1 is equal to 2. This is equal to this. Negative 2x squared plus 3x plus p is equal to negative x plus c. So I'm going to rearrange all the terms first to get the quadratic equation in general form. Negative 2x squared plus 3x plus x plus p minus c is equal to 0. So negative 2x squared plus 4x plus p minus c is equal to 0. Okay, so this is a quadratic equation in general form. So if let's say we want to find the intersection point, then we need to solve this quadratic equation. But here the question is not asking about the intersection point. The question only wants us to express p in terms of c. So we know, even though we haven't solved this quadratic equation, we know that we will only get one value of x. Why? Because this is a tangent to this curve at this point. There's only one intersection point, right? That's why I can use b squared minus 4ac equals 0 to help me to get the answer for part A. Now, b squared minus 4ac is equal to 0. B squared minus 4ac is equal to 0. So the b is going to be 4. 4 squared minus 4a. C, this whole thing is equal to 0. 4 squared, you will get 16. Negative, negative become positive. Okay. So 16 plus 8p minus 8c is equal to 0. Okay, we want to express p in terms of c. It means that the p will be the subject. 8p will equal to 8c minus 16. That means divide the whole equation by 8. Then I will get p is equal to c minus 2. Okay, this is the answer for part A. Let's go to part B. Find the range of value of x for this inequality, quadratic inequality, by using the table method. Since the question asks us to use table method, so we need to use table method. X plus 1 times negative 3x minus 3 is less than x minus 1. So first thing to do some expansion over here and then bring all the term to the left. Here must be equal to 0. Okay, let me do expansion first. So this will be negative 3x squared minus 3x minus 3x, and the last one will be negative 3. It's less than x minus 1. Do some simplification over here. Negative 3x squared minus 6x minus 3 minus x plus 1 is less than 0. Okay. Negative 3x squared minus 7x minus 2 is less than 0. So here I'm going to multiply this inequality by negative 1 because I want to make it become positive here, so easier for me to do the factorization. If you don't want to do so, it's okay. But you need to be more careful when you multiply the whole inequality by a negative number. You need to flip over the inequality sign. So 3x squared plus 7x plus 2 is greater than 0. Okay, remember to flip over the inequality sign. Now here I can do the factorization. 3x, this is x. Okay, so 2, 1. This is plus, this is plus. Let me check. Okay, correct. Now, since the question asks us to use table method, so I need to draw a table first. Before I draw a table, let me show you how do I get the critical point, the important point. So let this whole thing is equal to 0. Equal to 0. So from here we know that this equal to 0 or this is equal to 0, right? This is we can say 3x plus 1 is equal to 0, or x plus 2 is equal to 0. So x is equal to negative 2 and this x is equal to negative 1 over 3. These two are the critical point. Okay, let me control table first. Okay, now x is less than, I'm going to break, let's say I have a number line over here. Just now we got the critical point is negative 2 and negative 1 over 3. So this is negative 2, this is negative 1 over 3. So I have three regions here. First, second, and third. First, second, and third. Now, so what do we need to do is just simply pick a value which is less than negative 3, plug in here, and to calculate, the answer is not that important, but the most important thing is positive or negative. Now, negative 3, negative 2, x is less than negative 2, right? You can just simply pick a number. Let's say negative 3. 3 times negative 3, you will get negative 9 plus 1, negative 8, right? You get negative. You don't have to write negative 8. We just interested on the sign, whether positive or negative. Or you can do it this way. Just key in 3x plus 1 first, and then press calculate. Simply pick a value less than negative 2. Okay, let's be negative 3. Okay, negative. And then press calculate again. Pick a value greater than negative 2 and less than negative 1 over 3. Let's be, let's use negative 1. Negative 1. Okay, negative, and then do the same thing for this one. Press calculate, and then pick a value which is greater than negative 1 over 3. Let's use 0. Okay, positive. Now do the same thing for this one. X plus 2. Press calculate. So let me use negative 3. So negative 3 plus 2 is negative 1, right? Negative. Or you can use a calculator to help you. Press calculate, then press negative 3. Negative 1. Okay, negative. Do the same thing for this too. Okay, let's say if you use negative 1 over here, negative 1 plus 2 is equal to 1, positive. So let's say if you use 0, 0 plus 2 is 2 positive. Now, this is a product of these two. Negative times negative, you get positive. Negative times positive, you get negative. And positive times positive, you get positive. Okay, from here, we know our answer will be, but be careful. Look from the bottom. We want the latest one, greater than 0, not less than 0. Okay, because just now we multiplied the inequality by -1, so we need to flip over the inequality sign. So be careful here. Use this one, not this one. Okay, we want positive. So our answer will be x is less than -2 or x is greater than -1/3. So let's say if you want to check whether this answer is correct or not, you actually can use a calculator to do it. Now press menu and then search for inequality. This one. Okay. Power 2. This is quadratic inequality, right? You can just directly key in this one. Your calculator will help you to solve it to get the answer for you. Okay, so will be the second one, right? -3, -7, and -2. Okay. Okay, x is less than -2, and x is greater than -1/3. This is a way how do we use calculator to help us to check our answer. Okay, let's go to part C. This is given that p and 2p are the roots of the quadratic equation of this one. We want to find the quadratic equation with the new roots, which are p minus 1 and p plus 1. 2x squared plus 6x plus 4p squared is equal to 0. Okay. Now, I hope that you still remember this. Sum of roots is equal to -b/a. We have a negative over here. And product of roots is equal to c/a. No negative. So to form a quadratic equation, we can use this way. X squared minus sum of roots times x plus product of roots is equal to 0. Okay. Now, since the question tell you that the roots are p and 2p, let me write over here. The roots are p and 2p. So the sum of root will be p plus 2p, right? And -b, this is b. If here we have a minus sign, we need to write the minus sign. The positive, you don't have to write positive, it's okay. -b/a. Okay, so this is -3. 3p is equal to -3. Then from here we know that p is equal to -3 divided by 3, which is p is equal to -1. So to find the quadratic equation with the new root, p minus 1, p plus 1, let me show you two methods. Let me show you the first method first. Now the sum, this is new root, p minus 1 and p plus 1. So the sum of root will be equal to this plus this, right? P minus 1 plus p plus 1. So it will be 2p. -1 plus 1 is equal to 0. And you got the value of p, which is -1. So you know 2 times -1, then it will be -2. How about product of root? Why do we need to find sum of root and product of root? Because I'm going to use this to help me to form the quadratic equation. That's why I need sum of root and product of root. Okay, the product of root will be this times this. P minus 1 times p plus 1. Do some expansion over here. P squared plus p minus p, and the last one minus 1. Okay. So p plus p minus p, these two will actually cancel out. You will have p squared minus 1. And we know p is equal to negative 1 squared. Remember the parentheses. So this is 1 minus 1. Eventually you will get 0. Okay, now let's plug in all this value into here. Then we'll be able to get the quadratic equation with the new root. X squared minus sum of root x plus product of root 0 is equal to 0. Okay, x squared plus 2x is equal to 0. This is our equation with the new root of p minus 1 and p plus 1. Let me show you another approach. Since we got p is equal to negative 1, so the new root given by the quotients p minus 1 and p plus 1, right? And we know p is equal to negative 1, and it will be negative 1 minus 1, negative 2. And p is equal to negative 1 plus 1, which is equal to 0. And then you can write two parentheses. Okay, just imagine this, just think this way. Imagine that though you solve a quadratic equation, you press your calculator, use your calculator to solve the quadratic equation. Calculator give you these two answers. So how should you write the term in the parentheses? You write x, right? And then minus, you will write plus. So this one, x minus 0. So you just do the expansion, then you will be able to get exactly the same answer. X minus 0 is actually equal to x. Do some expansion. X squared plus 2x. Okay, we get exactly the same answer. Okay, these are the two ways that we can use them to solve this part C. Let's look at the first part. It is given that 2x plus 3 is one of the factors of f of x, which is equal to this, such that m is a constant. So we want to find the value of m. Now, before I show you how to solve this question, let's look at this one first. 10 is equal to 2 times 5, right? So I can say that 2 is one of the factors of 10, and 5 is one of the factor of 10 as well, right? So this means that if the question tells you this is one of the factor of this, it means f of x is equal to x plus x times 5 minus 2x plus m. Oh, sorry. Plus m. And since this is one of the factor of this, it means it's equal to this 2x plus 3, one of the factor of it, right? It's the same thing that 2 is one of the factor of 10. So we can say 2 times something is equal to 10. So same thing here. This one times something is equal to this one, right? Okay. Now, if this is equal to 0, this means that here also equal to 0, right? When this step actually you don't have to show, I just want to make understand. That's why I show you the clearer way to get the idea. When this is equal to 0, it means this whole thing, I don't know this, I don't know here, but it's okay. It's equal to 0, right? So if this whole thing is equal to 0, we know that the root, one of the root, 2x plus 3 is equal to 0, then x will be equal to negative 3 over 2, right? So from here we know if you plug in negative 1 over negative 3 over 2 over here, you get 0. Okay, now, okay, I'm going to use this one. When x is equal to negative 3 over 2, we know this whole thing will equal to 0. Negative 3 over 2. Negative 3 over 2 times 5 minus 2x. Negative 3 over 2 again. Okay, let me change this parenthesis. square bracket, okay, plus m is equal to 0. Okay, we just need to solve this equation and then we will be able to get the value of m. Negative 3 over 2, 5 plus 3. Plus m is equal to 0. Okay, so this will be negative. Okay, let me do this part first. Simplify, divided by 2, divided by 2, you will get negative 12 plus m is equal to 0, and m is equal to 12. Okay, let me show you another way. Let's try another method, see whether we can get exactly the same answer. F of x is equal to this, x times 5 minus 2x plus m. Okay, so here I'm going to do expansion. Distribute the x for this two term. 5x minus 2x squared plus m. Let me rearrange these all terms. Okay, now let me stop here. Since the question tells you that 2x plus 3 is one of the factors of this, so this whole thing must be equal to 2x plus 3, as I told just now, multiplied by something, right? Since I want to get negative 2x squared, here I know here must be negative x, so that 2x times negative x, you will get negative 2x squared. So at the back here, I don't know, because I don't know the m. I just simply let it be plus p. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is do expansion for this part and then compare right side and left side, right hand side and left hand side. Negative 2x squared plus 2px negative 3x plus 3p. Okay. Factorize the x out, you will get 2p minus 3x plus 3p. Then just compare both sides. This is equal to this. And this one is equal to this one. Okay? 2p minus 3 is equal to 5. 2p is equal to 8, and p is equal to 8 divided by 2, which is 4. And m is equal to 3p. We know p is equal to 4, so m is equal to 3 times 4. M is equal to 12. We get exactly the same answer. Okay, this is another way to solve these questions. By using the method of completing the square, express f of x in the form of this one, complete the square form, vertex form, such that a, h, and k are constant, and then we need to sketch a graph for the domain of 0 until 4. Okay, now just now we got the value of m is equal to 12, right? Let me bring in the 12 over here, plug in the 12 over here. F of x is equal to x times 5 minus 2x plus m. And m is equal to 12. Okay. And this is 5x minus 2x squared plus 12. Okay, now we can start to do the completing the square. F of x is equal to negative 2x squared plus 5x plus 12. So remember, to do the complete square, always make sure that the coefficient of x squared is positive 1. So what I'm going to do now is to factorize the negative 2 out first. So when you factorize a negative number out, all the sign here change. Negative become positive, positive become negative, positive become negative. Okay, now the coefficient of x squared become positive 1, so we can start to do the completed square. Copy these two terms, and then plus, put a parenthesis square minus a parenthesis square. And don't forget to copy the minus 6. Okay, what should I write here depend on what I see here. So always take this number divided by 2, or when you see a fraction, you can think times 1 over 2, because divided by 2 and multiplied by 1 over 2 is actually the same thing. So this is a fraction. I want to divide this fraction by 2. I just think times 1 over 2. Then you will get negative 5 over 4. Right, same thing for here. Okay. Negative 2. This whole thing is actually equal to x minus 5 over 4. Okay, here you can just press your calculator, but be careful. If you have a negative here, when you square it, you actually get positive. So negative 25 over 16. 5 square, you get 25. 4 square, you get 16. Minus 6. Okay, negative 121 over 16. Now what I'm going to do now, bring the negative 2, go in, distribute negative 2 to these two terms. So it becomes negative 2 x minus 5 over 4 square, and this time this you get positive 121 over 8. Okay, now I can start to sketch a graph. We want to sketch a graph for the domain 0 until 4. Let me key in this one inside my calculator to check the value of f of x when x is equal to 4. 5x plus 12. Calculate. Okay, oh, sorry. Negative, oh, I forget to, okay, calculate 4. Okay, it's equal to 0. Now I can start to sketch this graph. F of x, and this is x. Okay, so this is y-intercept, which is equal to 12, and this is 4. And the maximum point here is 5 over 4, comma, 121 over 8. Okay. Is equal to this. Okay, so this is the answer for part B. Now let's go to part C. Using the same axis, sketch and label the graph g of x. So this is f of x. We want to sketch another graph, g of x, which is equal to a minus 1 times this whole thing plus k. Now what's a? A is equal to negative 2, right? This is equal to negative 2. Let me write over here, negative 2. What is h? H is equal to 5 over 4. What is k? K is equal to 121 over 8. 121 over 8. So you will notice that this one is actually almost the same as this one, right? This is x minus h squared. This is x minus h squared as well, plus k, also same thing. What is the difference only here? This is a, which is negative 2, and this is a minus 1, which is negative 2 minus 1. It becomes negative 3. So the question actually asks you, so they want to test whether you understand how this number affect the shape of the graph. Before I show you the answer for that part, let's look at this diagram first. Now, how do we get, okay, let me change, let me change this value so that I can explain the thing for you. How do we get the maximum point or minimum point? Now, this is 4, 3. How do we get 4, 3? by looking at this vertex form, we know x minus 4 is equal to 0, x is equal to 4, that's why 4 here. And this is the maximum value. So from this form, computer square, vertex form, we actually can get the maximum point and minimum point just by looking at it. Okay, now look at this number. This is negative 0.3. So when I increase the 0.3, forget about the negative. Negative just tell you that the curve is actually concave down. Now just focus on 0.3. Let me change it become 0.4, 0.5, 0.6, 0.7, 1.0, and so on. You will notice that the graph become narrower, narrower, and narrower. You see? Okay. Now we can apply this concept, this knowledge on this question. This is negative 2, right? This is negative 3. We know that the graph must be narrower compared with this graph, right? So g of x is equal to a minus 1 times x minus h squared plus k. Okay, and we know a is actually equal to negative 2. The rest is actually the same. Negative 3 x plus x minus 5/4 squared plus 1/1/8. So x minus 5/4 is equal to 0, x is equal to 5/4, and this is 1/1/8. So the maximum point definitely will remain unchanged. But this is negative 3, so the graph will become narrower. Okay, something like this. So if you want to show the y-intercept, you can do expansion here, or you can just key in your calculator. Negative 3, put a parenthesis, x minus 5/4, and then square this, square this whole thing, plus 1/1/8. Press calculate, and 0. and 7/16. This is 10 and 7/16. So I think to sketch, because the coaching only give you 1 mark, I think you don't have to find the value here and here is actually okay, because the main point the question asks you this way is want to test whether you know how this number will affect the shape of the graph. So make sure that you sketch a graph which is narrower compared with the graph of the function f of x. So this is g of x. Let me label over here. Okay. That's all for this video. See you in the next video. Bye bye.